about to begin, and we can already see over on the T side is going to be big. They're going to be starting things off on the least favored side. You can see those odds brought to you by the wonderful people over at Betway have actually become a lot closer than they were initially. And with good reason. Early on, aggression out through mid, and that will force Oscar away. He's actually keen on taking these fights, and now going to duck and dodge his way out from the toilets. It's a wrap down towards B, and HR might get caught mid-rotation here.
Oh, but that jump spot from Lau, that gets all the info. He sees the bomb, and now HellRaisers double back. They realize the error of their ways. Those mollies, though, already in the bomb site, and Lau not going to be able to hit his shots. He's taken down the double entry from the likes of Big. They'll eventually lose a man, but it's swiftly kept up. And on board, this bomb going down as well puts Big in it. Ooh, nice shot. Great situation still, despite that death, that dink to Angel putting him on 8 points of health. Oscar not being given an angle either, and tabseN's just going to take the duel. Of course he will. 3 kills on him, 20 HP, no worry. It's Big taking a pistol, looking very confident when they do. I like that start, at least to the map. A very fast-paced, aggressive setup from Big. They run the El Clasico, the show bomb A, drop down B. HellRaisers fall for it. And even with the jump spot from Lau, they weren't in the bomb site fast enough. It is going to be Big taking their first on this T side.
But a force fight from HR to try and throw some chaos into the mix. And we've seen these look good. Early smoke going to fall over at Monster, and that's to try and deny any fast aggression from Big towards his side of the map. Molotov falls it short, and that will keep Gob B and Tizian at bay for now. Angel doesn't spot anything on that initial jump peak, setting up the flash for Issa over here at short, who looks to try and find the opener. Gob B repelled from the angle, but he does have Tizian nearby. They're a bit anxious about this 3-man boost that might get employed, so Tizian's keeping an eye on that. And, you know, with mostly SMGs brought up in this round, this force from HR could very much yield some results if Big aren't careful. And already, there's the first man to fall. Gob B already gone. Tizian gets brought down low. And these rotations are already coming through from HR down towards the B-bomb site. That scout on Oscar can be used to soften up these players for the Deagles, for the CZs, or the other way around, as the Deags are finding damage early. And now, as these smokes have somewhat cut the site in two, they're going to get forced into these close angles versus the pistols, versus the Deags. Issa's going to find a double, and this leaves tabseN suddenly thrust into a 1v3.
He does find that first, though. 2 players hiding around the smoke. Surely he doesn't realize they're both in the same position. He spots 1 and 2, but they double peek him. He's trying to isolate a fight, but Nuki won't let him survive. HellRaisers win that pistol round, or at least the force buy, rather. That's a weird one from Big. It's almost like they wanted to probe the bomb site with the SMGs just to get some information and, you know, try and work out if they could get a quick kill off of them and then hit the bomb site with 5. But it was actually, you know, 1 or 2 players kind of just feeding in on their own. HellRaisers getting a lot of damage off, and then Big just pulling the plug and going, okay, let's just completely push, commit to it. And within the smokes, HellRaisers find a lot of damage with their Deagles. It's Issa and Lau tagging up so many players for Big. And now the force buy coming out from them, in fact, it's going to be P250s and Deagles. Not exactly a hero AK, Harry, it's the hero UMP. Doesn't exactly have the same ring to it. Dantaro spotted outside of B, got B getting tagged early on, but he does return the favour. Him and tabseN catching Oscar, retreating off of long. Now Nuki's going to try and close the gap. They won't expect him in this position, especially not with Angel supporting. But the flash is fantastic. tabseN with another opening kill. And Angel lines up 2 for damage, but he's getting pushed from short at the same point. 2 low players finally finishing off Tizian, but running out of ammo as well. Next will overwhelm him. These pistols, again, not letting up. This time for Big. It's just spraying, and he finds 2. Might have just bailed his team out. And shutting down Gob B as well. It's Issa winning the round for HellRaisers with 3 on that A site.
And Issa's all smiles, and I think justifiably so. He's been playing some lights out Counter-Strike. Well, here and there, right? I mean, you know, obviously the old dangerous duo of this squad was Woxic and Issa. Hasn't exactly been having that same success, but we're seeing some real signs of life here on Overpass. 3 players dropping down a B early on for the side of HR. Only Glocks over on the big side of things. So likely we see a slower round here from the big boys to try and waste some of this utility on the side of HellRaisers. You want to try and make them rebuy as much of that as physically possible.
Bit awkward. Missed around all over again, but Oscar not hitting as many shots as usual. He's going to have to duck, dive, and weave down towards that B bomb site. Nuki retreating as they start to get closer and closer by the second. Angel realizes Tizian's up on long as well. Ooh, there's the spot. And he is just happy to take this fight any day of the week. It's only Glocks for big, and they are being swiftly swept under the rug. As I say that, 2 kills come in with the Glocks, and they get con side. Down towards B they go. Lau ready and waiting. This AK is not going to find any more success. So HellRaisers will deal with those pistols at hand. A little bit more choppy than maybe they would have liked, but a round is a round. And they sit leading here on the CT side of Overpass to kick off this third map. This would be a huge win to open up. As said by the desk, you know, not a game HellRaisers were expected to win. Even the coach saying, LMBT, in our pre-game interview, you know, claiming that expectations for this team are very low in this group. Despite it not being maybe as competitive as some of the others in terms of, you know, having more than one guaranteed, or not guaranteed team, but clear favourite.
Yeah, you know, if you're HR and you're able to kickstart this by beating big, that alone could basically solidify you one of these top 3 finishes, right? We're assuming that 3D Max aren't going to get up to much. And obviously, you know, they're a team that can upset.
Yeah, I don't want to count them out. I think
no,
in the later game, sure, I'll count them out of the game up next.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't count them out completely. That's a team that has found relatively decent success in the last few months.
I just feel like for all of these teams in this group, they know that when they face Astralis, they're going to be in for a very tough time,
yes. Right?
And so as a result, every game that you're not playing against Astralis becomes that much more valuable. And you only get 2. So Oscar holding on to toilets here. Actually had to tag Tizian through the wall there. Aggression down through long, and this could actually catch this double toilet hold. Now triple toilet hold, completely off guard. God B could find so much from this flank, and he will. Him, Nexans, and Tares have opened up a HellRaisers, getting a bit tunnel visioned onto the players down in toilets there.
Yeah, I mean, Big just not giving them a kill. Those jiggle peaks are infuriating, and 2 players getting wallbanged there for Big as well. They still get away with the round and the AWP picked up from the body of Oscar. That is not an easy round to lose for HellRaisers, because now they're just trying to save onto these 2 guns to facilitate somewhat of a buy in the follow-up. They might get away with them as well. Lau's already deep in the T-spawn. Issa a while away, and they are inside of B, so Issa is certainly going to get found here. He's got to take somewhat of a fight if they come this way, but actually no, Big, they don't want to overstep the mark. Despite getting a clean round, they'd rather keep 5 players alive, establish their own economy first, and that makes sense. 2 rounds rather for Big on the T side. I'm very happy with that. I will wonder what HellRaisers are going to be pulling into this one, though. They do have a bit of money on the other players who did save, so they can drop some guns over, but it's not exactly, you know, a full buy. No AWP, at least. But other than that, it's pretty good. 2 kits as well, some smokes and flashbangs, but with no AWP, Oscar and a scout, he's got Tabson to face up against.
Oh, this time Angel goes aggressive down short, just misses the timing onto Zentares there. So man advantage picked up within the opening 20 seconds of this round for the big roster. They're trying to assemble this boost, but LOL is ready and waiting on the other side. Trying to nade stack past the pillar there, but it doesn't find anything for the big squad. Are they going to counter boost? They are. They're clearing out short. Now, this could be a bit of a ruse because they believe that it's clear, and it's very much not clear. Down towards long, Nexans and Tares now rearing their head. These rotations are already here from HR, but they're getting picked apart one by one. It's Oscar left alive. And Nex cementing that round with a hat-trick will secure the 3rd for Big. And now finally they've broken the bank accounts of the HellRaisers side.
Yeah, definitely getting blindsided by that monster play there. 4 players coming out for big. And nice and cleanly they do it. HellRaisers now 2k a player in its pistols. Likely going to see a con stack or an A aggressive round. Those are the more common options to see with this kind of buy or lack of buy, just a P250. They will be pushing up, but big, patiently so. Not the team to fall for this kind of play for HellRaisers. They will hold on to the other side of this aggressive setup, not going round the corner just yet. And lucky that they don't, because big are ready and waiting for it. Now they're starting to trickle through, and that's when Godby and tabseN can send them packing nice and quick. 4 kills already coming in, and there's the 5th. Shutdown round, nothing for HellRaisers. Exactly how big would like it. They get fed to the Wolves. And now another buy round for HellRaisers, but it won't be without its drawbacks.
There we go.
I like that.
Yeah, there we go, mate. We're here in the...
Bit of a con play.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see if this little strat that Godby's devised pans out. He's got the molly. It's going towards the door, and then they open it. Now, Molotov of their own gets thrown in. Nuki going to be there to throw that one down. Now deciding to leave Con. There's that Molotov we were waiting for. Now they make their presence known out through short. So big taking this portion of the map early on. Smoke going to rain down, and that will keep Godby and tabseN back from long for the time being. Oscar, little does he know it, almost back-to-back with Tizian over here in mid, and the timing might just get the better of him. Still noise being made down here toward B from the big side, and that Molotov to try and force Issa into the clutches of Godby up at short. Won't force his hand just yet. 45 seconds, still time for big, but the problem is Oscar and Tizian, when they bypassed each other a little bit earlier on, this is going to call for that rotation back towards A. They've gained a lot of ground on the back of Tizian here. And there's been the full rotation from HR on the back of getting Oscar all the way into T-spawn. There's no one on A.
Yeah, Oscar didn't have that con rotate. He went all the way back round through spawn side, so Big went back up through the stairs, and they've taken A for free. There's no one here for HellRaisers, as you say, that early rotation come through. And now 4-on-4 retake. Not the most common setup here. Oscar will catch players off guard, but he's coming from long side. No one's in long for big. They're all contained within the bomb site. This is going to make things very hard for HellRaisers, but not ready for the bank push through the smoke. tabseN gets caught by Angel. 4-on-3 here for HellRaisers. They can make this round a reality. No kits, so kills need to come through fast. And Nex is trying to hold his own at the back of the site. He's dead. Zantaro's getting one from long, but they're already on the defuse, and he knows it as well. No chance to stop this. Even though it's 10 seconds stick, Lau just has to hit his shot, and he will. Locking down the bomb site. HellRaisers, they do get the retake despite that early misrotation off the back of misinformation. Still a great round regardless. And the game plan for Big, it all seemed too easy with taking the A site for free thanks to Tizian getting up through A short, but it will not work out in the long run. 4-4. HellRaisers get the free AWP off the back of it as well. We even have 2 AWPs here, Harry. Nuki not running that second. Is Issa on it instead, interestingly enough. Oscar, he got flashed off that party peak early into this round. So Big not showing anything towards A, and HellRaisers don't know that, you know, there's no one in this position. Might not be ready for the B play, especially not the pace with that kind of entry.
Oh no, Godby missing his chance to extend that man advantage, and they haven't even spotted LOL at barrels here. Angel's just pulling the attention away. And as he continues to buy time, LOL is still the unknown factor, now emerging, getting tagged down by that Molotov. They clear the barrels, tabseN able to pick him up. 2-on-2, but Oscar gets blindsided. Nex almost lining up the double. It falls onto Nuki versus tabseN, and tabseN creeping over the top of this smoke, trying to take this fight knows that Nuki is low. Smoke starts to fade, and Nuki with 5 points of health to his name, able to win the 1v1 clutch and hold on to the AWP into the following round. HR are doing a good job of keeping this matchup competitive, not letting Big stampede over them in this map.
This is a great culmination, right, of the previous two maps where we have, you know, dominant for Big, dominant for HellRaisers, and now a back and forth affair. Not to say that, you know, it wasn't back and forth back on at least Mirage. In that first half, it certainly was. Until Big switched over to the T side and just ran wild, but right now, Big looking to speed up the pace, it seems, through Monster with a bomb. That's shown very early on. Lau gets it dropped in front of his feet, and Zentara is tagged as well, down to 3. They'll be a next holding for this push, but Lau, he can just deep smoke it. He doesn't even care about the bomb at this point. He's had a free kill. HellRaisers are not being dealt with this B rush. Angel backs off of that short aggression, not wanting to give away an engagement the way of Big, especially not when you're sitting a man up in this round. Oscar gets the info that A-Long is still clear here, and Godby looks for free nade damage. It will come through, but you need something else if you are Big. You need a trade, and HellRaisers, they haven't even given up the bomb yet.
Yeah, they're still looking to contend this, even rotating Oscar down with the AWP just to take this peek, and maybe a bit overzealous there. Lowell able to get the trade. So at least holding on to the man advantage right now. That is a good flash to maybe facilitate them grabbing this bomb, but Angel now donning the AWP, and Tizian on this wraparound into the A bomb site. You're relying on him finding a hell of a lot here, and Zentares getting dropped now really does leave Tizian in an almost undoable clutch. Nuki even going to spot his feet, and he's got all the info in the world. HR taking a 6th, keeping it clean, building up money here on the CT side of things. Smiles all round as well, which is always worrying.
Yeah, especially when you're HellRaisers, right? The pressure is off in some regard, knowing that, okay, you know, you're facing... Big haven't been perfect, without a doubt, in terms of these last few months. But you are facing a very seasoned roster with a very experienced IGL, some incredible individual players. And you're winning with a roster that's 9 days old. And not much practice behind it. HellRaisers, they certainly have to be feeling very positive right now. The money of Big being broken in this one as well. It's a half buy coming through. Issa gets aggressive with a flashbang, and he spots one outside of B, not wanting to overstay his welcome. Lau has to deal with a monster play if it does come through, and it certainly looks to be the case of flashes being set up for Big towards his site. They've had no interest in taking A in these last few rounds, and this won't change. Molotov's blanket B as Tapson goes right in. He will check close, but the flashbang just blinding him. Without that, he would have had a free kill, maybe even a double, but now, as a result, it's been shut down. One flash can change everything, and Angel has just turned this into a 2-on-1. Zantara is alone left in the clutch, but if there was any man to do it, Harry.
Oh, most definitely. The only issue he's going to have is Oscar closing this gap. Zentares takes the first man. Nuki's Molly able to dispatch of him, though. Zentares getting very claustrophobic down inside of the B-bomb site. HellRaisers will be securing a 7th. And Big, they really love B, right? And you understand why. They keep getting into situations where it's winnable. They get the bomb down, you know, 9 times out of 10 down in that B-bomb site. But the retakes right now from the HR squad have been so good whenever we've had to see them come through.
And Big have realized it as well. Quick tactical pause from their side. Maybe looking to switch some things up, try and go for more of this A default. The issue is they don't want to run into this AWP of Oscar. That seems to be what they're avoiding as well. That does play up around A-long/toilets. And now that you know HellRaisers certainly have money after these consistent retakes the CT's been putting up, that AWP is going to remain prevalent up on the top side of the map. You can't avoid it forever if you're Big. I'm going to give it a look into. Tabson does have his AWP to fight back again. This is still not, you know, ruined for Big. They can salvage just half with a few more, but 4 is not enough. Big definitely looking like they want to go A side this time at least. It's Oscar and Yuki getting aggressive with their weaponry, but already falling back early on as Big throw nades towards the playground. Orb sets up on short and waits for Big to make the next move.
Yeah, one of the things you're going to note a lot is Antares is often left in these lurk roles, right, just to go off and play on his own. He'll be down towards B in this round, just keeping an eye on this aggression from HR. You imagine that's largely based on the back of the communication problems that maybe they have mid-round, right? You put Antares in a position where he can just think and play his own game. Not going to get rewarded for his patience down towards B anytime soon. Oscar is clearing mid, but will he be aware? There's already players down long. Missed shot, and they are able to pressure him. Almost the double. Nuki struggling to get that trade onto Nex is going to get brought down low. And the bulk of the pressure now falling onto the back of Angel. This crossfire could be deadly. They're not ready for the close man. Two players with nades out, but Tizzy unable to correct it. They deal with Lol. Lisa's going to get the trade onto Zantares down at B. And so even while Nuki's nearby at this A bomb site, he's so low on HP, Tabson's going to... Ooh, didn't spot him. Now, bomb is not planted for toilets, so if they just hold CT with that kill coming in, Big should be picking this round up. Nuki's going to look to try and hold on to the AWP. And so Big have mustered up a 5th to their name.
Yeah, A-side play finally working out for Big as well. This AWP is going to be saved by HellRaisers, and they will have a very limited money as we get into the end of the half here. 4 rounds in a row, finally broken by Big, but it's not like HellRaisers have this loss bonus banked up. That AWP luckily will relieve a lot of the pressure on the economy here when it comes to this buy, and well, the buy is still in question because it's at 1800, Angel, Lau, 3k. Do you really want to go for this? And apparently they do, already starting to piece together the buy. Big on their second tactical pause as well on this T side. Not necessarily even needed after that previous round. Things kind of went swimmingly for them, getting the entry to Oscar, who were worried about being a bit of a nuisance, currently sitting 2-12. Not the game that you want out of Oscar here, considering this is a great map for that AWP. Although he has been left in a lot of retakes, Harry, I will accept that, but this is going to be where he needs to come alive up against Tabson on that T side. Or
yeah, I mean, that round there even was a great example.
Yeah.
Had he hit that opening shot, could have been a very different round, right? Suddenly that long split is a lot less effective. You have a crossfire set up between Angel and Nuki that could have looked to come through. Oscar could have even tried to wrap. And think about the performance he was having just moments ago on Train and Mirage, right? He was the man stepping up for HR, falling silent now on Overpass, the deciding map, a map that can be dominated by a strong CT side AWP. Big have done a very good job of avoiding him, though.
yeah.
Going to be posted up in this round with the AWP at long, and he does have support from Nuki once again. These two playing off of one another. Nuki playing the anti-flash position and also keeping an eye on toilets. Big seem to get so lucky with the roll of the dice, though, every single time, right? They've decided to go all through toilets in this round, and it's the one place that HellRaisers have neglected to keep anyone. Nuki tries to rotate in late, it just gets blindsided by the aggression. And so already this A bomb site has fallen. If you're HR here, you could almost justify the save.
You've got to give it a look, though. You've just force bought out of nowhere, so this money situation is dire. You want to give it a go and try and pick it up. Especially with Oscar so close on the AWP, he'll creep through. That kill will certainly tempt them. And Oscar, he might be able to do more than tempt, but caught out by the close angle. The timing of the peak from Tizian's perfect and double down with the AK. This retake is still winnable. HellRaisers have a kill on Nuki, and he is hot in pursuit up on short, but does he check the left side? Because that's where Godby sits and waits. No, he doesn't. Him and Nex shut it down, and Big will find 6 rounds. The AWP even saved. So the post-plant retake almost coming through for HellRaisers. Nuki with a couple of big kills on that flank, but is not going to culminate in a HellRaisers victory. This was at one point a pretty dominant lead for HellRaisers. Now it is gotten closer and closer. Big 7-6 and looking to make that 7-7 as the CTs sit on Felico.
Yeah, now they've figured out that this A bomb site is definitely one they can look to exploit. We haven't even really seen them consider B. I mean, we haven't seen them consider B since they started finding success up here towards the A side of things. This round, not looking like the pistol's going to be able to find much for HR. Already losing 2 players down in Con. And with God B holding the flank, these two should get shut down before they can find anything here.
Oh, doesn't expect the instant repeat. Does he know they've crossed?
I mean, there's a lot of guys here. Big should be able to mop this one up. Ooh.
Say that. I mean, this bomb's not gone down as well, but plenty of time for Big to rotate down towards B. Lau looks to cut them off. When he hears footsteps, hearing Tizian back off, he also might be tempted by the guns in T-spawn they could go pick up. I wonder if tabseN has shuffled them out the map. It seems like he is doing so. Doesn't want them to be found on the back line, and they don't want to hang around these bodies forever. So Lau gonna get left with nothing, and Big will have the B bomb site under their hands. So Bombpong coming through. Lau, he's gonna have a few desperate seconds of realization that all these guns are gone. Oh, they found an AK hidden in the body. That's why you always check the pockets, Harry.
Is that a pro looting tip?
Yeah.
You a big looter?
Or a washing tip, because, you know, don't put it in the
Oh,
washing
I've done
machine.
that. I've done that before.
What have you put in the washing machine?
Money.
Ah,
Yeah.
paper money.
Yeah. That's why paper cash is just the word. And my debit card.
Ah, that's
It's all gone in there, mate.
good job.
Debit cards don't work, by the way, when they've been in a washing machine.
Yeah, I believe that.
Neither does money.
At
So
least,
it's
well,
all pretty...
coins do.
No, yeah, but coins aren't a debit card, are they?
Yeah, but you said money.
Well, yeah, but obviously, I don't do small change, you
Oh,
know.
sorry, you're only working the biggest banknotes around,
Yeah,
Harry.
it was just a wad of 50s. I felt like I deserve it at that point. But yeah, 7-7 all tied up. And I tell you what, who's got wads of cash in their pocket right now? It is the Big Clan. They've got all the money in the world heading into the last round of this first half. So they're gonna be allowed to have whatever bite they like. You can get the AWP back out on tabseN. And a potential for Big to win out the half, considering they were staring down the barrel of, what, a 7-0 scoreline at one point in time or something along those lines. This has been a... oh no, sorry, it was like 7-2. But this has been a phenomenal recovery from Big in every sense of the word. This T-side was looking very, very flat indeed. And already in this round, lots of damage done in connector. They get players up and buy this stack that HellRaisers had employed in the connector portion of the map. Well, almost catching a player there from atop the sight box. Actually has to hop on down. Doesn't want to go down himself.
Ooh.
Dodges
Dodged.
the nade.
Big still taking their time, though. They've got a good bit of util to throw into this B bomb site. Still waiting for Tizian to come through on the lurk up on A in the meantime. That's why Big are playing delayed. Tizian's moving up long. It's been given a lot of ground. Again, Harry, as you've already said, Big's reads have been fantastic into this map. In terms of getting deep without the info of HellRaisers. However, will it work this time? Because this has got all the info in the world. Shutting down the first B play. Lau to follow. Next does get the trade, and that's why Issa falls back, repositions within the site, but he gets himself another one caught jumping by tabseN. Now Tizian has rotated down the connector, not looking to exploit the solo A setup. It's now going to be Angel on B locking it down, and 8 rounds on the half for HellRaisers. That is a great recovery. They get a fantastic half at the end of things. It is still 7 rounds for Big, though, and nothing to turn your nose up if you are a German fan here right now, but it's still going to be a long road to recovery in that second half, Harry.
Yes, most definitely. They've shown us some signs. They've been looking good. But can they quell the HR squad? Big winning their map pick to kickstart the day. HR's map pick, that is. Trading, going blow for blow. It all gets decided here on Overpass. And there's still a lot more left to come, Hugo. That is the good news at the very least. That is all from the first half, though. We'll be back with the second after a break.
walk away, walk on, baby. Walk away, walk away, walk on, baby. Walk away, walk away, walk on, baby. Walk away, walk away, walk on, baby. Walk on, baby. Pinch me and you make believe we're dreaming. Sinful hands are folded at your knees. Baby, don't you go and stand so close to me. You stand so close to me. 'Cause honey, I can't help but give the most to me. Give the most to me. Walk away, walk away, walk on, baby. 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 Walk on, baby.
And welcome back. 8-7 at the end of the first half, narrowly in favor of HR, who did start over on that CT side. We've seen a pretty slow start from Oscar, a man who has looked good throughout both maps thus far for the HR squad. And here on Overpass, a map that is so often dominated by AWPers. Over on the T side, he's a man I want to see a little bit more from. Hugo, I'm curious, right, as we're split right down the middle, who do you see taking this? You know, who are going to be the players to keep an eye on for either one of these teams?
Which question would you like answered, Harry? Because those are two different questions, but
I'll
I'll
go
answer
with the
both of
second
them.
one. I'll go with the second
yeah,
one. Who am I keeping an eye on?
Because the first one, I don't know. No one knows.
Okay,
It's 8-7.
okay,
The
okay.
second one, keep your eyes on Tabson. He's fragging out right now. Xantares as well, of course, for the side of Big. And obviously, you've already picked up on who you want to see for HellRaisers. So let's hope that that does come through as we get into half number 2. It's outside of B. HellRaisers sit with the bomb. Quick smoke. And an execute to come through off the back of it. Great shot. That's actually allowed to take the kill immediately. The bomb can make its way to the site. It's been smoked out from back barrels, and Angel's found himself another entry. This is coming up swimmingly for HellRaisers. Nade too far to the left, and plant confirmed. HellRaisers should have the round off of that. Big are going to have a tough time to retake here. No kit either on any of these three surviving players. And HellRaisers aren't giving them an inch.
Issa might have given them a way back into it. Only got B and Tabson on the other side, though. Not the easiest one for Big. And time's already very far ticked on this bomb. They are finding kills, but the lack of kit might come back to punish them here. Nuki's going to make things impossible. God beat. Trapped up in heaven. And this will be HellRaisers finding yet another pistol round. They have been so good at these. I want to say they've won 100% of them, but I don't know if that's 100% right. So
They won both on Mirage, off the top of my head, and I can think of one on Train that they won. I don't know about the first pistol on Train. But yeah, they've been pretty damn good. They've won over the majority, Harry, I can tell you that. So 9-7. Sitting pretty after that pistol. Big. No response in the force buy. They're just going to have an eco. USPs with a flashbang to get aggressive.
yeah, I think they've won 5 out of 6
Yeah,
pistol
that sounds
rounds
right to me.
because they had the Hero Galil purchase back on Train.
Yes.
So, yeah, they've been a bit of a pistol round team. Big struggling in them. They've had mixed results from Force Spies in this second round on the back of losing it, and this time around Big won't elect to do so. Trying to bait these players in long into exploring these toilets a bit more, where this stack resides for Big.
Oh, the railings. Cruel Mistress. Doesn't matter. They get the kill anyway. No flashbang needed there from Big. Do catch Angel off guard. Nuki even getting blindsided by this Galil. This is getting a little bit dangerous, but as I say, that Oscar with 2, Lau same case, and Tabson, he gets another, but this shouldn't be a round unless he gets his shot to Lau, who is low. That's an AK, and he has bomb. Uh-oh. This is not a situation you want to be in if you're HellRaisers, and you can spot feet underneath that. Does Lau move to the right? If he does, he might be dead. Oh, Tabson just misses it. Sees him goes back, but it's actually round the corner. And Issa turns back to try and keep this round alive. Tabson's now made it a one-on-one. This is unreal. This is $200 of investment that didn't even work, coming back to pay dividends for Big. Tabson getting wrapped. Lau has got the bomb almost under his control, but it's all about timing. Does Tabson check the corner? Yes, but too late. This bomb can get past him. 20 seconds. Does Lau even have time to get to the site? He's going to have to start running, and Tabson might hear it.
Oh, he's just dodged him. He's going to be allowed to get into A and set up this post plant. Likely going to go for a CT plant, and he will do so. Tabson maybe misreading this one. Believes that that bomb dived down to B. Spots that the door isn't open, and now just stampeding up through mid. He's going to spot the CT plant, so anticipates that Lol is over in the bank. And if he doesn't check close, then he surely goes down. Lol able to hold his own in the 1v1. But that comes so close, and that was $200 put into that round from Big.
And the only person that flashed was Tabson. So not exactly a round that they should be getting so close, but Big. What a performance from them with the USPs. They make it a one-on-one. Lau has to dig deep to save the day for HellRaisers. He has been the star of these games. I will say Angel is on 21 kills right now. But Lau, think back to Mirage. Even Train, he's had great games and looking to do so in the third map of this series as well. It's HellRaisers with a tactical pause, 10-7 up. Probably need a bit of a breather after that last one, Harry, because that got far too close for comfort.
Yeah, you definitely want some time just to reset yourselves, right? You know that that came a lot closer than it ever should have here. And it's even going to impede and restrict your buy a little bit heading into this round if you are on the side of HR. So it is paramount that everyone's on the same page. I think Lol just high-fived the air. So, yeah, you know what?
Swatting flies.
Yeah. Well, if he can swat flies with the same accuracy he's been swatting down big players, then he's pretty... What am I trying to think of? Like
Swatty.
Karate Kid level. I don't know, there's something to do with flies there. Got B's over in mid, and he'll get shut down. Oscar offsetting got B with the pace. Might get caught by the double wrap out from Connector. Actually just spots it and can telegraph this across to the rest of the team. With this boost being employed in back B, Big are very much giving up this bomb site. So if HR burst in now, this bomb plant feels like it should be guaranteed as a bare minimum.
Yeah, next he's got to hit some shots pretty early on here to stop that bomb from going down, allow for his teammates to rotate in. He's found one, spots the bomb making its way to the site, but Lau will be able to cover it. HellRaisers is getting the plant in the 4-on-4, and Big up for the retake now. They have a long wrap in the form of Tizian, but that's going to be a while off, and there are no kits at all to play with. And the wrap goes both ways, Harry. Oscar coming in through the CT spawn as well. He's raining death down from above, and Xantara is stuck in the pit below. The flank is finally here, and Oscar will fight. There's Tabson dropped, and Lau finds a double within the site. This has gone all wrong for Big. And a lot of that, Harry, off for the early kill onto God B. What we saw there from Big was a double B setup with 2 in connector. The second that God B loses his life, Big go from going, okay, A seems clear, we can keep this double con setup, to, uh-oh, we've lost A, now we need to leave con, otherwise we can just be rushed towards the site from long or short. And so they try and leave con. In the meantime, they give up on what was going to be an aggressive B, or not an aggressive B setup, but a stacked B site. And they go for a back CT boost, so almost giving up B there are Big, and that's just because they lost God B on A early on. So unfortunate change in setup that wouldn't have come through if God B didn't get timed. And as a result, HellRaisers are only 5 rounds away from taking this map.
Yeah, now we've seen these 4 spies from Big yield some pretty good results. They've got to be better than ever in this round, and they just stack all 5 players immediately down towards this B bomb site to try and deter any early short or monster aggression. The only issue is HellRaisers, they've read them like a book. setting up over here towards long and middle. They haven't spotted anyone yet. And as they clear the toilets, the penny might drop that this could be a B-side stack employed by Big. Instead, they rotate players up to A now. They haven't spotted anything at B. They don't want to risk running into the default of HellRaisers, so you are just kind of blindly stacking bomb sites at this point in time. But on the back of not spotting anyone from that boost and not seeing any utility usage down towards B, they're pretty confident in the A play here on the Big side of things.
Yeah, to boost over this smoke as well. This is kind of sick. It might catch someone off guard, and it does. Lau goes down. So now HellRaisers know there are at least 2 players on A for Big, and they've seen 3 now as well, but they're still going to keep going in. They might come to regret that. Angel getting one much-needed kill, but Tizian has found 2 already off the back of this M4. High flash for long side, no one here. He's still got his teammates to cover him on the bomb side. They're going to be needed. HellRaisers are pushing up close. 30 seconds. Iss has found another entry, and Xantar is on the backside. Rapids, another kill for Issa, but the trade is there. Tizian might be able to find this ace, unless Angel shuts him down, and he does. But the bomb plant getting planted. Luckily, Oscar gets off it, rather, and does save his teammate, who was still watching long. 12 rounds for HellRaisers. They deal with a pistol despite Tizian's best efforts.
If you're looking for silver linings there for Big, it's that at least in these rounds, they've been able to keep them close, right? They've been able to keep HR sweating and been forcing a lot of these rebuys. But economic damage only gets you so far. You have to start to win rounds if you want to reap the rewards of it. Even then, HR's economy is inflated to the point that they can sustain a round loss here. They can still buy up next. So Big are a little ways away from breaking this T economy just yet. God B going to be posted up over towards long, but he won't see anyone initially. Xantares with the short aggression hasn't seen a soul down towards B just yet, but if he hangs around, he just might.
And next on this back boost as well. This is so easy to flash a player off, because especially if you're scoped in, you're not going to see those flashbangs come from top side. And yeah, he looks away with no support. He's hung out to dry. Xantares tries to push back in, but they're not up just yet. Flash going too short. Smoke does keep him contained on the pillar, but they are just going to rush him down. Issa with an entry kill, and Big are getting blindsided on this bomb site. 3 men left up, one of them being an AWP. Tizian, he's got to be the hero of this round as well as the last, but flashed off once again. He cannot catch a break. Angels killed a player coming down through con. And HellRaisers, they're just being patient. They don't need to rush a bomb plant. They know these CTs are going to take fights, and take fights Tizian shall.
Yeah, with LoL being down low there, this isn't impossible. Tizian can definitely look to do more, and Nuki is there to pick him up, so it's Tabson thrust into the 1-on-3. Flash reigns over, and LoL there taking the duel despite being so low. Another round for the HellRaisers squad. They're showing no signs of slowing down over here in the T half. The money is broken once again for Big. And at this scoreline, this late into the game, you cannot afford to be taking these ecos. So Big in a very awkward spot now.
Yeah, this is an impressive win from HellRaisers if they can get it, but Big are not going to be feeling good right now. This is a very difficult game to recover from. You have yet to get a CT round on the board. HellRaisers are doing to Big what Big did to HellRaisers back on Mirage. A storming T-side after a very equal half. It is looking to fall apart, and will it? That's the question. Long play for HellRaisers. Only Tabson here, but he's going to be here quickly. They do realize he jump spots, so info's there. Flashes in position, but Lau's already sprayed him down. HellRaisers, an advantage taken early on. Big's going to be calling for the full rotate rather. God be even mollied off at the bomb site as well. Big cannot catch a positional break. Angel, who's had a great game as well for HellRaisers, is moving up towards A side. Xantar is here with the Deagle, but just moving at the wrong time. Angel catches him. 2 entries to A and 2 more players to deal with, but Angel is having a field day, even throwing 360s in for good measure. Will be dropped by God B eventually. The flash blinding God back. Lau finally getting the kill. A lot of tag damage going a long way, and Tizian doesn't know that Issa's up close as well. He's already crossed along. Issa should know. So the info gets transpired, and Oscar will shut it down. 14 rounds to HellRaisers, 2 away from a victory on Overpass, 2 away from their first win of this group.
And what a start that would be for HR. They came into this with low expectations. And while they might have just raised the bar for themselves a little bit here, if they're able to pick up this first victory over Big, A matchup in which Big were the heavy favorites on paper. The individual talent of this HR squad just shining through, the hunger to show that they've still got what it takes. And this time, mid and long aggression, the order of the day from HR. Only one man here. Godby is alone at this A bomb site right now. Rotation is coming in, aptly timed from Tizian. But we've seen in a lot of these rounds, right? Big, they're not very big on going for this aggression. They're not very big on trying to figure out where HellRaisers are. They're playing rather reactively. And as we've seen a few times, it's kind of left them in these 2v4, 2v5 retakes very often. Oscar's getting boosted and will pluck Tizian from the A bomb site. Now, will they be ready for the bait and switch? Godby holding close. Lol's going to check it, and Godby gets beheaded. Zentarez now alone inside of A. He's got his work cut out for him. There's players all around, and he's getting sandwiched in. Head on a swivel, finds the double over towards long. Zentarez trying to dig Big out of this hole that they find themselves in right now. Rotations coming up. Still plenty of time for HR to change their mind, but they're going to keep running into the meat grinder here. Next gets burnt down. It's only Zentarez, and Oscar's able to find him. Map and series point now for HR, and no money left for Big.
And you wanted something out of Oscar, well, there you go. 3 AWP kills, the opener onto the A site, and even the closer onto Zentarez as well. He'll find him. Maybe not having a huge map from him, but he's definitely stepped it up in the second half. Not that HellRaisers have really needed it. It has been a pretty simple job on their T side. Big have had no CT rounds to their name. Angels on 27 kills as well. And right now there's no outlier, no standout player for the Germans. All sitting around the same kill tally. Zentarez, he's been opening up these rounds, or at least trying to save the day here for Big, and he's done a good job of taking a man advantage here. Issa dead towards B. HellRaisers try and split that con up towards A to join up with their players who do have fountain control. The door getting naded out does give Big a view into the connector. Boost coming through as well. I don't think it's naded, I think it's just been opened up. Zentarez trying to boost from the wrong side, hitting his head. But now he's up there ready and waiting as HellRaisers walk in towards short. Angel got to hard check the angle, but Zentarez too quick. And now Big, best round they've had in a while. Will they be able to convert it?
Oh, dancing with death over towards long. Here's Zentarez, knows he's lucky to be alive. Re-aggressing in through short, despite being on 9 points of health, still finds great damage, but HellRaisers have clawed this back into a 3-on-3. Nuki and Lowell might be brought down low. But Oscar still with this AWP in hand, still looking threatening. So much utility raining into this B bomb site, and it's enough to keep all 3 players for Big here. And in the blink of an eye, HR, they're back towards this A portion of the map. Smoke's now raining in, will cut Tabson off. He's got to go barreling through it. And with only the scout to play around with, shutting down Nuki, Lowell in with the trade, trying his best to double up. 7 seconds, and it's all onto Oscar. Godby's just wasting time, and Tizian runs away. There's no time. And Big, they will hold on for another round. By the skin of their teeth, they're able to secure that one.
I love the call, though, from HellRaisers. You see, the second they get that second kill into B from Lau, they instantly just rush back towards connector. I think the problem was they spent too long dilly-dallying around, throwing utility into the B site for the fake. It was required, of course, to keep Big in that site. But it was, definitely a slow call from HellRaisers that obviously came back to bite them. If Oscar had 1 more second there, he would have won the round, or at least got the bomb plant to open up that one-on-one. But now Big is still in this game, their first CT round, start of something. Oscar's got past the Molotov, do they know? Don't think it matters, because Tabson's already decided to back off. Zentarez gets aggressive towards B short, but Angel won't give him the kill. Lau? Oh dear, that's through the wall.
And this could be heartbreak for Big.
Oh,
Tizian now bested, trying to re-peek with Next, trying desperately to claw this man advantage back, but Issa immediately able to trade, and in the meantime, Oscar might make things that much worse. He's clearing out A, he's all the way into the bomb site, and now he can just call for this rotation to come in. He could even look to keep on pushing, right? He's
Yeah.
likely just going to
They're
stop
just gonna
in the
wait.
bank and just have him hold for these rotations in such a forward position. But that kill from GodB has at least made this a more doable situation now for Big. The real X factor here is going to be Oscar on this flank. This single-handedly could destroy and dash the hopes of Big in this round.
He's not pushing any further than he needs to, still staying within the confines of the bomb site. That smoke will give away the fact that he's even taken A here, and the Molotovs as well. Now Big no. The bomb is yet to get up here. GodB's just going to go straight through this smoke, it seems. 20 seconds, what a ballsy move. Oscar's covering the plant though, no way GodB gets away with that. And now tabseN, same story, similar situation, but he gets 2 kills out of it. Now Nuki, last man up, just has to fall back and play the bomb. He's been spotted. tabseN has a kid as well. Can just tap that defuse. Flash is good though, and tabseN's forced off the angle and the bomb. 20 HP for him. Waiting for Nuki to go back in for more. Picks up the AWP. Taps the bomb again. This will force the peek, but he's playing for the flick. He doesn't know which side he's going to get peeked from, and it's left too fast. Nuki will shut it down, and a kill from everyone on the side of HellRaisers in